The United States is facing a critical juncture in its ongoing immigration debate. The battleground, sanctuary cities. These localities, many concentrated in liberal strongholds like Massachusetts, have become flashpoints for a clash of ideologies. At the heart of the issue lies a fundamental disagreement about the role of local authorities in enforcing federal immigration laws. On one side, the federal government, represented by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, is tasked with enforcing immigration laws and ensuring public safety. On the other side, local officials in sanctuary cities often argue that their primary responsibility is to protect all residents, regardless of immigration status. They maintain that cooperating with ICE undermines trust within immigrant communities, making it less likely for individuals to report crimes or cooperate with law enforcement. This clash of priorities has resulted in a complex and often contentious relationship between federal immigration authorities and local jurisdictions. The situation in Massachusetts exemplifies this tension, as the state has become a focal point for the debate over sanctuary city policies and their impact on public safety. The controversy over sanctuary city policies in Massachusetts has been further inflamed by a string of high-profile cases. In these instances, individuals accused of violent crimes were released back into the community despite ICE detainers requesting their detention for possible immigration violations. One such case involved Bilal Karayigit, a Turkish national accused of rape, indecent assault and battery and kidnapping. Despite multiple ICE detainers lodged against him, Karayigit was repeatedly released by Massachusetts courts. This pattern of releasing individuals with serious criminal charges back into the public, despite ICE detainers, has fueled concerns about public safety and ignited a firestorm of criticism from law enforcement officials and some segments of the public. Critics argue that sanctuary policies, by limiting cooperation with ICE, create a dangerous environment where criminals, emboldened by the lack of consequences, are free to re-offend. The release of individuals like Karayigit, they argue, demonstrates the potential for sanctuary policies to jeopardize public safety and undermine the rule of law. The legal landscape surrounding sanctuary cities is complex and often subject to interpretation. At the federal level, immigration enforcement is the responsibility of the federal government. However, the 10th Amendment reserves certain powers to the states, including setting their own law enforcement priorities. In Massachusetts, the Trust Act limits when local law enforcement can hold individuals on immigration grounds. Proponents say it protects civil liberties and trust between law enforcement and immigrants. Opponents argue it hinders ISIS and creates a safe haven for criminals. This legal tug-of-war is likely to continue, with courts shaping the future of sanctuary policies. The debate over sanctuary cities boils down to a fundamental question: how do we balance public safety with the rights of all individuals, regardless of immigration status? Law enforcement officials argue that sanctuary city policies make it harder to remove criminal aliens, potentially putting the public at risk. They point to cases in Massachusetts as evidence. On the other hand, advocates argue that sanctuary policies build trust between law enforcement and immigrant communities. When immigrants fear deportation, they are less likely to report crimes, making everyone less safe. The debate over sanctuary cities is complex, with no easy solutions. Balancing public safety with individual rights remains a delicate act.